So this is a common problem for a lot of people with knee issues these days, especially in uncertain times. You got a lot of people who are working from home. They're sitting way too many hours a day. Basically, the whole sedentary epidemic is getting worse, right? Daily. So what we're doing now, trying to transition somebody from a more sedentary lifestyle to an active lifestyle, is a bit of a challenge, right? Because people are pretty disconnected from their bodies. They don't have the same level of body awareness as a more active person. So you have to be patient with that. I've been training virtually since this epidemic started, since the pandemic started. And so I've got a lot of knowledge aside from the 20 plus years in martial arts and personal training. But one of the things that's come to the surface more so recently is knee issues, right? So let's just jump right into it. Here, when you have a person shifts this way, this is how you train for power and for weight shifting. This is how I teach it, right? This is from the Sunuka's Jiu-Jitsu family. I learned this from Grandmaster Tanweer Sahib and was taught also by Professor Pedro Violet. Sunuka's Jiu-Jitsu, look him up, right? Under Grandmaster Moses Powell. Right from here, so when you get into your shifted horse stance, right, and you turn the body, and you drive, that's how you get power. The weight shift is what gives you power. So sometimes, however, getting into this transitional movement, when people first start, they don't have a real grasp as to how to do this without hurting their knees, especially if they have a pre-existing knee problem. Knee problems generally tend to come from hip or foot problems, all right? Again, knee problems are basically an expression when it's an orthopedic issue, an ergonomic issue. It is something, it's an expression of a hip or a foot misalignment issue. So that's how we're going to address it, and that's how we're going to bypass the knee. And it's relatively easy to do. I've had people that do this, and when they do it, they feel some pain. The way we get past that, you're going to drive more weight into the hip and then turn and let you strike out. Drive into the hip, right there. So people underestimate the power of pelvic tilting, and I'll have other videos on that. You can look for another video from me on the pelvic tilting dimension or pelvic tilting aspect of balance, right? The pelvic tilting component of balance. So look for that. But driving the hip here, and there's your punch. Very clean, very powerful. So all I'm doing, I'm driving there. That's how you throw a good straight punch. Doing this with a knee issue is a challenge, especially the lower you get. When you get here, much lower, again, I'm driving the hip under, bypass, pulling the pelvis under here. Bam! See this? All right, again, the pelvic tilting element, the pelvic tilting component in martial arts, I will get into in another video. There. Right. So that's basically the way it works. That's how the punch is supposed to look. To look at it a little more carefully. Once again, I'm leaning into the hip. Lean. Drive the hip. Drive the hip forward. Turn. There it is. Drive. Shift the weight. Turn. Drive. Shift the weight. Turn. So practice that a few times. Slowly at first. Don't go fast immediately. I know some of y'all love Bruce Lee like I did growing up, and you want to do all the fast stuff, you know. But before you do that, that comes together from you knowing what you're doing slow. When people start to move fast in martial arts training, it's because they've already mastered the movement. They're trying to challenge themselves now to stay calm when they move fast and to be on point when they do it quickly, right? And that allows you, of course, to be able to pull it off in real time. But, you know, I don't overemphasize speed when I work. I do happen to be fast. It's fun stuff. But, so that's basically it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. All right? And you definitely check out one of my next videos on martial arts fighting combinations, blocking combinations, attack and defensive combinations as well, especially 52 blocks. So, with that being said, guys, take care, take charge, eye to eye, train hard.